guys, it is Melissa. A lot of you have been asking me about my It Works journey the last 2 years, and so I thought that I would just share a little bit with you guys. So for those of you who don't know, about 2 or 3 years ago, up until 2 or 3 years ago, I had my own photography business. I had it for 13 years. I worked for myself and I loved it in so many ways. However, it was a lot of work. I don't know for those of you who are photographers what it's like for you, but for me, it took me close to 40 hours for every wedding that I did, between meetings and editing and follow-up and all that kind of stuff. And what that meant, obviously, is that Bill worked throughout the week, and he worked 80 to 100 hours, so I didn't see him during the week, and then I was gone on weekends. And when he was gone during the week is when I would do my editing, but I didn't want it to be the only thing I did, and so I often, especially like in the summer, which is a really busy time of year for weddings in Minnesota, I would, hang out with my kids during the day, and then after dinner I'd get them down to bed, and then I would work. And so I would often, not start working and editing until after dinner. And then I would edit until 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning sometimes. And because I'd get on a roll and was making good headway, but then I could barely drag myself out of bed the next morning. And so I loved the work of it. It was really exhausting. So even though I was considered a work at home mom in a lot of ways, I was always on a deadline, because obviously brides and families are waiting for their pictures. And so I needed to get those done. And so even though I was working for myself, I did not feel like I owned my own time in any way, shape, or form. And I would often go bring my laptop with me when we would go away for the weekend up to my in-laws who live on a lake and edit there, because I had to meet these deadlines. And so it was great for the season in my life, but I was ready to be done. And so about 3 years ago, as my business was shutting down, I was looking for a way to supplement the income. And I made okay money as a photographer. I didn't, it's an expensive business to be in. And so there's a lot of overhead. And so I didn't make great money, but I made enough that helped us get out of debt. And so I was looking just to make a few $100s a month. And I had never considered network marketing, mostly because it sounded lonely to me, because I thought I'd be working completely alone, even though I was working completely alone as a photographer. But the other thing is that I did not like the idea of having to call people and say, I'm placing an order, what do you want this month? And then I would get their product, and then I would have to get the product out to them. And I knew that was how a lot of companies were. So when I found out that It Works did not do that I got a website and the products were sent right from It Works to my customers, I was like, ooh, I could do that. So because I was looking for a little bit of extra money and I was really interested in the products, I decided to give it a try. I thought, if nothing else, maybe I can get my products for free, because the little bit of money I'll make will cover that. Well, little did I know that there was so much more in store for me than just getting my products for free. So not only do I never ever have to pay for my products, but right after I joined, about 6 weeks in, I had already reached 2 promotions, and I was like, I'm loving this, and I hadn't really even put a whole lot of effort in. I was using social media and talking to people, and I already use social media. I already talk to people. I already share my life and things that I love. And so, we think that I'm not a salesperson by any means. I'm not. Actually, with my photography business, I was horrible at promoting myself. However, I do like to tell people things that I like. And so when someone says, oh, my hair, I'm thinning, I wish there was something I could do. Or when someone's like, man, I just really wish that I could lose some weight, or I wish I could sleep better, I'm like, ooh, I have solutions. And so I love to offer people solutions. And that is what I have discovered about myself, is that although I'm not a salesperson, I do like offering solutions. So anyways, so when I had reached my second promotion in 6 weeks, and they came out with a $10,000 bonus if I went 2 more promotions. So if I got my 4th promotion in the next 2 months. And so I was like, I'm doing that. And so I buckled down and I made a game plan, and I talked to my husband and my kids, and everyone agreed that we should do this. And I just went for it. Well, I ended up making that $10,000 bonus after 2.5 months of being in the business. And so I still had a whole nother month that I could promote. And so I decided to go for my 5th promotion, and there's 8 promotions that you can get in this company. And so 3.5 months in, I got my 5th promotion, and Bill was also on my team. So he actually got 4 promotions in that amount of time. And I had no idea that being a part of something that I could do from home could absolutely change our lives like this. And So that is where I have been. I have, for the last 2 years, I have been working towards my 3rd promotion, because that is, I'm making a video. And this is what it is, working from home. Okay, so anyways, so I am only 3 promotions away from the top of my company. I've almost reached my 6th promotion. I'm really, really close, like hopefully this month, if not next month. And what this has done is that it went from, I mean, I have more than doubled what my income was as a photographer. And I own my own time. So I don't have deadlines that I have to meet. If they're deadlines I put on myself. I don't have to work on the weekend if I don't want to. If I choose to, that is my decision. And it also has allowed Bill from going from working 80 to 100 hours a week to working 40 hours a week. And pretty soon he's not going to even have to work 40 hours a week. And so he'll work because that's who he is. Like, he just needs to do something. But it'll be the first time in our life that he actually gets to take time to think about what would I really like to do. He's a truck driver, and that is an honorable profession, and it is necessary for our country to run. And I am so proud of him. I've always been proud of what he does. But it is so hard. It's a hard environment to live in and to work in. It's a crude environment, and it's hard on your body and hard on your mental state, because it's so much driving involved and just it's a very stressful job. So anyways, I'm really excited for him to be at that place in his life where he's really able to start praying and thinking, what if I could do anything, what would I do? So obviously that has been absolutely life-changing. The other way that this has completely changed my life is who I am as a person. God has completely used this business to push me outside of my comfort zone and to personally grow me and develop me in a way that I didn't even realize was needing to be done. I know that we're never done at all, and yet I have found my footing in this life, and I have found my purpose. And obviously, a huge part of my purpose is being a mom and a wife. But I don't believe that that's the only thing God created me to do. And he is like showing me how all of that works. And I get to show my kids how I get to work. They're proud of me. Like, I'm always getting notes all over my desk. Like, you can do this, mommy. You're so good at this. I'm so proud of you. And half of my kids can't wait to turn 18 and join me in this adventure. And Bill and I do this together. Like, the longer I'm in this, the more we do this together. He is absolutely as much a part of my team as I am. And so that has changed our marriage, is having something that we're working on together. We've always supported each other in what we do, but we've never really worked on anything together. And that has been life-changing. And then one of the most amazing things in the world is that I have gotten to lead so many women to Christ. Like, I had no idea that the relationships I would form in a business that I do from home would be so intense and so deep that it would lead to being able to talk about hopes and dreams and fears and Jesus. And so when you will always see me talking about It Works, you will always see me wearing It Works clothing because I believe. and it's because I'm here forever, because it is absolutely part of my purpose. And it has been, like I said, has been life-changing in more ways than I can even say. So if you're not a part of our team yet and you're interested and you want something big and meaningful in your life, and you want something to change, and you want a place of belonging, and you want a place that will grow and stretch you, let's talk, because I have no doubt that this could be that place.